everyone, I thought I would carry on with this picture from Lost Ocean. Now I obviously did this bit in the earlier video, and I thought I would continue finishing off all the sea bits, the sort of watery bits in this video, so you could follow me along and finish it off, and then we'll see how well we get on really, and we'll move right across to the other side because we can this picture is quite a big one. So you can see I've got a piece of paper behind my page today, and it goes right across the double page. So I thought we could move along here and do all the sea bits. Sorry for the scrunching noise. I'm just going to zoom it in. I've worked out how to zoom in properly now, so I can get right in to the details. Well, that's slightly blurred. Pull you out a tad. There, so we can really see what's going on. So, and it means that if you watched the first video and were a little bit confused because you couldn't really see, now I've figured out how to zoom in better. You can have a look and watch me. So these curly bits of waves we did, I've got it actually all written down here, in Ultramarine Light. We were using the Castle Artsy Seascape set, which we're still using. So we're going to grab the Ultramarine Light, just try and get that into focus for you. No, that's Ultramarine Violet, that's the wrong pencil. That's a really good start, isn't it? Here's the Ultramarine Light, needs sharpening. So I'm sorry about that. We'll get there in the end. There we go. Right, let's end the waffle and get colouring. So there's the Ultramarine Light. And what we were doing with these sort of tendrils of waves, I suppose, was put a bit more colour at each end and then fade them a little bit into the middle. So I'm going to start fading that now. Put a bit more colour in and fade that up to that other point. So I'm going to do that on all of these. And they'll be all the same. So yes, I've had a bit of a fight with my camera. If you watch all my videos, you would have heard about it, the whole tale. But I think I've got it working. But goodness knows, I'm scared that when I turn it off, it'll go back to how it was before and won't work for me. So we'll see. So this piece goes all the way along here, all the way to there. So we're going to keep quite a hard pressure on there and quite a lot of colour, quite a long way along. And in between, we'll just do these little pieces. Yeah, I think I asked you in the video if you wanted the rest of this one or not, but then because I want to finish it, because I don't leave pictures half finished, I thought I might as well just do it for you. And also, as I had got the camera working, just move that across a little bit. The book doesn't want to stay open, which is it's in a brand new book. Thanks to my very generous subscriber. So I fight with it a little bit at the minute because it hasn't flattened out. So I'm just trying to fade this here. So I'm just doing a lighter pressure, less layers of blue towards the middle. We can leave a little white if we want to. So this one is half hidden, but it's definitely going to be dark there and here and coming round. But the end of it is here, look. So we can just, I think I just fade it on that top there, a little bit, not too much. Here. Similar thing. And with this one, it's all very much the same, I'm afraid, but I thought I would just go through it with you because I think I do sometimes colour a bit and then leave the rest to you, and I think that's okay. But because my initial video of this wasn't necessarily very clear because of the way the camera was, I thought I'll just re-show you. We've only got a little bit of this left. Just checking you can see. Make sure you're still in shot. I've done that many times. I enjoy the teaching aspect of doing these videos, but the technical side you know, I'm not very good, so I'm going to move it along. So how often do I colour out of shot? Or I'm going to start there. I'm not going to go right into the spine. There's no need really. Pull this up. Now that actually goes down into this, but I'm going to ignore that because I'll probably do that with a different set of colours than blue. So I'm not going to go over that now. I've got it all written down anyway, so if I do change my mind, I've got the colour written down. So I know it's just a little technique. Like when I did Ivy and the Inky Butterfly the first time, I wanted to make the reoccurring characters the same. So I wanted Ivy to always look the same. I wanted the butterfly to always look the same, because in a storybook that is what would happen. So I wrote down the colours that I used for all the little details, so then I could always do it, which worked out well. I just scribbled them down in a little sketchbook that I had. So there's a little tip for you. Now, some people I know will use a post-it and stick it on the page. For me, I'm not too happy with the idea of putting adhesive on a page. I think if I then decide to do a pastel background, I don't know. It might be perfectly fine, but I don't know what effect that will have. I'm not going to do any more blue for a minute. I'm going to do these little dots along the water's edge. We did those in, I think, I'm just checking, yes, in a mint colour. So I'm going to grab my mint colour. And what we did was we just filled them in completely. I'm going to start here. Do you see how we go under this circle? I'm going to think about whether I want these curls to be blue or not. I think I do. So I'll do that now. So this is the same blue, the Ultramarine Light. We'll do these tendrils. I'm just checking, can you see them? I think you can just about. There we go. Move that across a bit more. I think we've got all the... Nope. Oh. There we go. So now I'm going to do all these little minty bits for you. So this was easy. We didn't do anything special with these because they were small. So it's just trying to fill in the space. Nice and easy, nice and relaxing. That's what colouring is for me, relaxing. And as I say, I like the teaching side too. I used to teach before I got married actually, and I've been married, I was married on the millennium, it's been married a long time. After I graduated from university, I was looking for some work, and I did a little bit of lecturing at the university that I did my first degree with. I did a master's degree as well in psychology. I know you're all asking, and so I did that. Now we've got these little bits. Whoops, my paper's slipping everywhere. It doesn't matter. Let me just check the colours. Loop inside Veridian. We'll do those. I see we faded them towards the top. Okay. So I did a little bit of lecturing in psychology. There are a few bits that the guy who was taking that class didn't want to teach. It was on statistics, and the pay was really good, so I taught it, and I understood the statistics really well until I read his notes, and I had to use his notes to teach from, and they confused me so much. I got myself in a bit of a muddle, but we got there in the end. So that was that. And then a bit later I started teaching actually a GCSE in psychology. GCSE is usually 16-year-olds take, but this was for adult learners. It was an evening course because I was working full-time, and that was fun. But I moved to a completely different town. My husband lived a long way away, The outside areas are done with the cerulean blue middle. So this one, is that going to come into focus? So he lived a long way away, and I moved in with him and had to give up all my jobs. So I gave up the lecturing job and the other job. I really missed teaching, but because I didn't need a teaching qualification to teach at these colleges, because I was a sort of guest teacher, I suppose, I wasn't a full-time employee, so I couldn't then go on and do a career in teaching. I didn't have the qualifications. I'm just making room to move the book over a bit more. I need to move my pencils. So I've got a bit more sea going on just here. I'm going to do these in this loopy colour, as I called it on my notes, which was the Veridian again. So I'll show you the Veridian so you are sure. Veridian. My piece of packing paper's come out, bear with me. And I really wanted to get back into doing teaching again, sorry about that, because I enjoyed it so much. And then I watched this, I think it might have been Tim Minchin, he's an Australian comedian, and he was doing a talk to graduates at the university that he went to, I think. And he told them that they should all teach, that in our lives we should teach. And it sort of struck a chord, and I was thinking I need to go back to teaching. And so when I sort of thought about doing YouTube, it just felt like the right thing to do. But of course I have done other teaching that, you know, we don't talk about, but as a mother, you know, obviously I've been teaching my children. I hope you can see, I hope I'm not covering it up all the time. Just little things, and I'm certainly not taking credit for their school teaching. You know, I help them, encourage them to do their homework and give them bits of help, but I certainly don't do it for them or think that I'm in any way a school teacher. I think that's a very different sort of job. I feel like I'm more for adults. Okay, so those are those, and we've got these loops in here, so we're going to go inside these. So again, the same technique with a bit darker at the bottom and less layers at the top. But I think I certainly would have no control over a class of teenagers. I don't know how they do it. I've got so much admiration for them. I know the children tell me there are different methods of teaching. It'd be interesting to see if they observe any new ones now they're at college. Ooh, gosh, I nearly knocked my tablet on the floor then. I'm going to do these in the same colour. Yeah, they're at college, so the teaching might be different. They say usually there's teachers will either be very shouting strict, or they will punish, or they will ridicule. So they have different methods. I'm not very keen on the ridicule idea. I think that's pretty nasty. I think that just encourages banter, which is something I'm not a big fan of. Now these big swirly bits, I'm going to move you along again. Move us all along. I feel like we're swimming along in this water. Go back to the Ultramarine Light. Is that going to focus? Yeah, I think so. And do these larger ones first. And this. We've got less sort of water action on this little area. There's a lot more going on underneath than on top of the water level. But no, when I was teaching, when I taught the adult evening class, everyone was just keen to get their money's worth. They were all paying. They weren't kids, they were adults, so they just behaved. They were all a bit shy, they were lovely. And then when I did the students, I just told them not to come back if they were going to talk through the class. And like, if you want to talk, just go out. And actually I think I stopped the first lesson part of the way through and said, look, if anyone wants to leave, just go. You know, I didn't want you nattering all the way through. It was very distracting. And some people did leave, and that was up to them. But I was teaching them something that was really important, but, you know, it's up to them. Okay, I'm just moving along. Just do this little swirl here. Now we do have some sort of bits underneath the water, which I might decide to do in blues as well. Now this is going to be done. I'm going to do go back to the Veridian for these bits. Goodness knows how I'm going to take a picture of this for you at the end of the video. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Better check actually. See, I'm just checking I think my battery level's okay because I'm plugged into the main, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it's full. It just says it's main powered, which is good. But I have to watch the card. I've got, you know, you record the videos onto a card. But I've got 3 hours left, so I think I'll be alright. Right, so that's that one. So we've got this sort of top bit, which I'm going to do in the light blue, which I didn't do that bit. Cerulean blue middle. Those as well. These should be this colour. So getting lighter towards the top. So it's great pleasure, even though I can't see you, so to be teaching again. And I do get feedback at times, which is always really nice. Everyone's very kind. But I think that's typical of the colouring community. I think I'm just sort of roughly doing that. Everyone just seems lovely. Right, we've got some swirly bits again, so we're going to go back to the Ultramarine Light. Are we going to focus? Okay. Yeah, I think it's really refreshing. When you go on social media, there can be so much negativity, but the colouring community just all seem to be very lovely and kind. Which is, where does that go? It doesn't, I can't, no, I think that's, I'm going to colour that bit dark. Can you see? Yes. Okay. And I think you all understand too that I'm learning along with you, not only colouring techniques, but trying to technical issues as well. It's, I'm not a big fan of editing. I'm not a big technical person. To move across again. That's the last little section. So I have to try and be patient with myself, as well as I'm hoping that you will be patient with me too, with my mistakes. You know, I hope my lighting has now improved. I hope my video is now improved. It's just a matter of experimenting and trying to get it all right. So I'm trying. It's video cameras my husband is a huge fan of, which is really interesting. I'm just checking my colour for the next bit. How did we do that? Right, these bits here, I'm going to do the same as we did under the lighthouse. I was just checking. So we did the Veridian at the bottom and faded it up. Gosh, I'm getting hot. It's a really hot day today. You won't see this video on the day I filmed it. It'll be a long time after, and it'll probably be a really cold day. But it's a little September hot spell. My poor boys came back from college so hot yesterday. My one son was soaking. He'd got so hot on the bus, poor lad. He hadn't taken his jumper off because he left it too late, I think. So he had to leave it on. Hopefully they got there on time today. yesterday. Oops. And I'm going to use the Cerulean Blue Middle. And I'm going to fade it in. So I did a darker amount at the top and then just blended it in to the Veridian a little bit. Yeah, they sent a single decker bus and it was full, so the bus company had to send out another bus, so they got there 20 minutes late. My one son, the twins, didn't really mind, but the other one did. I think the one son, he had someone on the bus in his class, so they could walk in late together, not feel too embarrassed, but the other one had to walk in on his own late. This is the Ultramarine Light, and I'm just going to do this bit here. So he felt a little bit shy and embarrassed, poor lad. He does. I've just realised my light is on completely the wrong setting. I think the colour is okay, so I'm going to stick with it. And we have got the mint green to do all the little dots, and there's loads of them. So we should do those. And we'll probably make that it when we've done these. And we would have done most of the sea. Well, we've done the top of the water, apart from the boat, of course. I haven't thought about the boat yet, so I'm not going to do it today. Sometime it will get done. Is that showing up? It's a bit pale there, isn't it? It's easier to get more depth of colour if your pencil is sharper. So if you're doing an area where you want light application, use a blunter pencil, and if you want a really bold colour, use a sharp pencil. Do be careful with your sharp pencils. If you push too hard, two things can happen. You can snap the lead. That doesn't happen very much with these particular brand, Castle Arts, but some brands are worse than others for that. And also if you press too hard, you can indent your paper, and that's not very nice, and it can go through to the other side, that little indentation, and make it difficult for you to colour whatever's on the back. So do be careful, but obviously it is nice to have them sharp, and there are some sharpeners that get them super sharp. Right, I think we will. We've got this under the sea bit here and here and here out of shot. You can't see. I think let me see, I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to decide whether, I think I might do that as coral because it's underneath rather than as sea, just to make it look different. So we'll see anyway. Have a think about that next time. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and happy colouring.